So here we are with Ida Divine, Soulstress, amazing talent. I've seen you rap. I've seen you sing in Spanish. I've seen you sing soul music. I've seen you do a little reggae. You're very eclectic. You kind of tap on all kinds of soulful music. What's that about?
I think it's about how I was raised. I was reading something today that said that the generation from 1977 to 1989 are the not the millennials, but the extennials.
Okay.
I'm going to tag you in it. So I guess what that would mean is that I had an analog childhood and a digital adulthood, which is great.
Right.
So with that being said, like I grew up around a lot of vinyl. A lot of my mom is Jamaican. I grew up in a Jamaican Caribbean household. So I grew up around a lot of rockers, reggae, and obviously I'm from Staten Island, so I was around Wu-Tang and the beginnings of all of that happening in New York and Staten Island in the early 90s. So I think I just combine all that and try to put it in the music, all of the things that I've been exposed to.
What were some of your influences on the hip hop side beyond Wu-Tang?
Beyond Wu-Tang, yeah, definitely Rakim. Boogie Down Productions. I remember being in the 5th grade and hearing Audio 2, and I was just blown away by that. Salt and Pepper. I mean, you know, just the greats of that time. And then to go a step further, Sade and Anita Baker and, you know, Shaka and Patty and all of that combined, you know, they were doing a lot of the sampling and D-Train, and then you get into all the house and all that from that era, and it all combined. It was like a big pot of gumbo. That's you know. True. But I've been influenced by so many rappers that since I thought that I was gonna be in the Wu-Tang because I was from Staten Island, but obviously I was a little girl, so they were like, yeah, nah. But yeah, definitely a lot of the Brooklyn rappers around that time, right? Big Daddy Kane, you know, Juice Crew, all of them, all of those people.
And speaking of Juice Crew, I know you did a track with Craig G.
Yes, I did. I did a track with Craig G on my new EP, Marshmallows and Machetes. It was hard to get him because he is one of those rappers that they well, he writes and he does this all the time, but he's only going to do it if it makes sense. And since I produced the track, I wanted to make sure that he liked it because, you know, he has a legacy to uphold, and he liked it, and he's on it, and got dope verse. So I can't wait till the video comes out. And I actually got to meet Marley Marl through him, and that was great as well. Yeah,
that's awesome. So let's talk a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about that. When I listen to your music, and when I check your vibe, you know, I feel that there's a lot of kind of like a retro, almost vintage classic thing going on. I don't see necessarily what we hear a lot today, which, by the way, that's giving you props, because I think that today a lot of the soul is missing from much of the music that at least I come across that's new. Talk to me a little bit about that.
You know, I definitely want to stay true to the roots, you know what I mean? And I can't even if I wanted to, I couldn't get away from the soul music. I can't, because it's embedded in my being, in my childhood and things like that. So yeah, I don't mind. I get compared to Lauren a lot, to Shaka, most recently Amy Winehouse. Somebody said, oh, you have a, and that was awesome too, because she has, you know, the same type of old soul type of vibe. So yeah, I don't mind. What's wrong with that? Yeah, those are being compared to legends, and having a legendary sound is something that I definitely aspire to.
Indeed, that's authentic music.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about your career, because it is very clear that you have solidified a brand that is very specific and distinctive to you, which is definitely important. When you're an artist and you're coming up, you don't want to be confused with everybody else. And you know, when I see something come across from you on social media, you know, immediately I know that's Ida. So if you don't mind, talk to us a little bit about how you have kind of refine that brand and exactly what you want that brand to portray?
Okay. Definitely. I think branding is really important for independent artists. You know, I wish that I was from the Craig G era where you had that big machine behind you and all you had to do was go and buy some gold chains and get on the stage and get on the tour bus. But not that fortunate. You have to be able to brand yourself as, you know, there's a million singers, is a million black women that can sing really good. What the hell makes you different from this next woman that can sing really good? It looks probably just like you. It's the branding, it's your personality, it's your stage presence. It is, it really boils down to marketing too. Being able to market who I am. I definitely am very retro, very vintage, very soul. So I don't want to get too far away from that. But speaking on the branding, when I was in school, I was really into art and graphic design and things like that. So over the last year or two, I started to teach myself how to make my own flyers, how to properly brand myself in the way that I know I want to look like. Sometimes I'll do shows, and this is no disrespect to anybody. Sometimes I'll do a show and I'll get these janky ass flyers. And it'll be a dope show, but the flyer is ugly as hell. And I've learned that when you have a nice put together flyer, it makes people want to come. It really does. You can have the dopest music, but if the flyer looks janky, people just be like, you know. So I wanted to focus on doing that and just making sure that my look and my presence and my branding all was coherent and all cohesive, really, is what I'm trying to say, with what I do and what I sound like.
Indeed,
yeah.
Indeed. And you've done a phenomenal job at that, no question about it. Indeed. And let's talk a little bit about, you know, reaching an audience. Have you found, you were talking about, you know, getting your music out there and branding. Have you found that there's a particular medium online, and I know you use all of the above, but is there a particular medium online that you have found personally has been most effective at helping you connect with your audience?
I like Instagram because I'm able to speak. I'm not a long-winded person. I'm actually really shy. So that little 50 seconds is just enough for me to put out what I need to say clearly and directly to my audience. And then I can tag people or not. I don't really like to tag people to what I'm doing. I like people to just see it, you know, have it float across their screen. If you like it, you like it. Like I don't want to force anybody to like me. You know, I'm not one of those people. If it's resonating with you, I'm happy about that. But I like Facebook as well. I haven't really gotten into the Snapchat and the other type of mediums, but definitely YouTube. YouTube is now, I guess they're saying, like the top way for people to watch TV now. People are just going to YouTube. So I did start a YouTube channel, Ida Divine TV, and I'll be doing. I'm trying to open up more. Like I'm one of those artists that are. I could stay in my house all day and not do anything and write music. So, but a part of me promoting myself as an artist, I need to get out and not do that. You know what I mean? Like I can be anything on stage, but like it's hard talking to people. You know what I mean?
Indeed, indeed. But you're doing a good job right now.
But yeah. Well, I can't touch you, you know. But yeah, I like Instagram because I can, like I said, I can design flyers and put music to them and come out and speak when I need to speak and just promote that way. Indeed. And then I start following a whole lot of people.
Right. Okay.
I follow them and they follow me back. If they don't follow me back, that's fine. Right. I unfollow them and then I follow them again with some new shit that I'm doing. And I mean, it's like you got to be your own promotion team.
Indeed,
you got to keep working at it. You got to keep doing it. Yeah.
That's right. Mm-hmm. And so let's talk for a moment about probably the most impactful way to market, and that is performance. That is being in front of people face to face in the live environment, which I have to be honest, I haven't had the opportunity to see you live. I'm sure it's amazing. I've seen YouTube videos. Talk to me a little bit about how you get around. I know you play a lot. I see you're amazing, nicely design flyers online. And I see that, it seems like you're a world traveler. So talk to us a little bit about that.
About the traveling and
traveling and doing shows and how you get around.
Shows. Yeah. Okay. Well, for me, I really like to travel. I really like to travel and meet new people and definitely play new places that I've never played before. For shows specifically, I moved from Charlotte almost 4 years ago. And I moved because first of all, for personal reasons, but secondly, for my career. I had in Charlotte been winning awards, and I just felt like I had saturated Charlotte and the surrounding area, which is what was my plan. I wanted to do that. I had gone to the level to where, how you doing, Shine? When Miss Sunshine Anderson pulled me to the side and was like, girl, you need to leave here. You need to go and do other things. People need to see you somewhere else. And really, that was the beginning of me trying to get beyond the local standpoint, I guess. But doing shows, like I've done so many shows and opened up for legends, and it's been a really good experience, just learning, and even being on a stage with different artists and seeing how they command crowds and how they work and how they do the behind the scenes with the promoters. And I've learned a lot from traveling. London has been amazing. London is really, really good. Going back later on this year, but yeah, I really, it's hard too, because like I said, I don't have a major team behind me. So sometimes when you go on tour, you're gonna have to eat, you're gonna have to have somewhere to sleep. And maybe those accommodations are not up to your standards, but it doesn't really matter. What matters is that you get on the stage and you captivate that new audience that you've never seen before, and they've never seen you. So they don't need to know that you were uncomfortable on the bus for 12 hours. All they need to know is that you came and you sang their damn song, and they're going to go support you now.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So, yeah, definitely doing these shows are very serious. And now that I'm in New York to bring up to speed, like 1 million places to perform in New York. 1 million, literally. I have a show on the 22nd with the Gangstar Foundation, and definitely DJ Spinner is going to be there. I just went to the Stevie Wonder, his infamous Stevie Wonder party. So I got booked out of nowhere to do that, and that can happen living here. You know what I mean? I don't think I could saturate New York as quickly as I saturated Charlotte, is what I'm trying to say.
That's right. That's right. Well, the interesting thing, I mean, and that is a tough thing for a lot of artists that, kind of outgrow their backyard, if you will.
Yeah.
That being said, if you outgrow New York, then you've made it. You've dominated. Much. It seemed like you would dominate the planet.
Yeah, it seems like. Hopefully. I'd like to find my audience in New York. You know what I'm saying? Like when we started talking earlier tonight, you were saying about my sound and everything. Like what I'm trying to do now is focus on the people who actually are looking for my sound. You know what I mean? Like, I know all the people that like trap music. You can see them. They drive by in their cars playing trap music, but I don't really see the people that are soul music fans unless they come out to my shows. You know what I'm saying? So Indeed. Really what I would like to do and focus on now is radio.
Right.
Yeah. Is global radio, national radio, rotation. That's really what I would like to be focusing on now, and just trying to figure out a way to get in that door. You know what I mean? Because I'm not going to say I hate it, but it kind of discourages me sometimes. I'll get off the stage and I'll be singing, for instance, 1979, which is what everybody loves. Girl, that song needs to be on the radio. Why isn't that song on the radio? And, sometimes people who are not in the industry, they don't understand any of this. They just hear a nice song they like and they want to hear it on the radio, but they don't know this yellow tape, red tape, purple tape that you need to cut through, bite through to get there.
Green paper.
Green paper, first and foremost, right? Yeah.
Indeed.
So, right.
Indeed. So, and I would love, as a matter of fact, off a live chat, I could definitely talk to you a little bit about radio and maybe some approaches there.
Yeah, the approach, I believe, because it can be done, and I know
Yeah,
that. I guess I really don't know the approach. Yeah,
indeed,
yeah,
indeed, indeed.
yeah.
So you mentioned team a few times. So let's talk a little bit about how you go about doing that. You know, with a small team, booking shows. You know, getting gigs in other parts of the country and other parts of the world. How do you go about locking those down?
Well, like I said, I stalk people. I stalk people like you. Like, no lie, I'm so serious. I stalk people like you, people who have been in the industry for years and who know the ins and outs. I see what they do. I see who they connect with, and maybe I might message them. Maybe I might get their email, send them something. I'm not gonna say all the time I do it the professional way, but pretty much I'll just stalk these people like you and people in the industry and say, hey, this is what I'm doing. Do you like this? I'll come sing 2 songs. Where you at? I'll come there and sing some songs for you. That's all right. Are you gonna be, you all right with that? Can I come through? And I just charm them, and I be my divine self.
There
You know
you
what I
go.
mean? Yeah. And then from that, the relationship is set. So like I said, with Sunshine, fortunately I was able to meet her through my management when I was in Charlotte, and she came out to a few of my shows and she loved my voice and my songs. And from there, when I moved to New York, I started traveling with Shine and doing backgrounds for her. And she is fortunate to be managed and booked by Mike and Dave Lighty. So, so now Dave and Mike are working with me whenever they can to book shows and things like that. I'm definitely still working on my own, but it's good to have a name like that behind you when you're an indie artist. And I really appreciate Shine and the Lighties and everything that they've done. And I feel really grateful about that. But I know I still have to do a lot of work on my side too.
Indeed. Well, you're doing it.
Yeah.
You're doing it right, and
Yeah.
obviously that's also not only a tribute to your grind, your hustle, but also your talent. You know,
Yeah.
obviously, people want to work with folks that are talented.
Yes, they do, and they don't want
Indeed.
them to look bad. They don't want to say, "Here, I got this girl; she's gonna sing," and you want to make them proud. And I definitely hope I've been making everybody who has supported me proud. You know what I
Awesome.
mean? Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah,
As speaking of people, I want to give a shout out to Herb Middleton because he's actually how I learned about you. So
yes, Mr. Middleton. He's probably asleep right now, but Herb has been a really important part of a very important part of my career. You know his background.
indeed, no question.
Yeah. So the album that we worked on, he was in PA and I was in New York, so I had to go down there and record the album from New York to PA almost every month, 12 tracks, so back and forth, and that was a great experience because oh he is I don't know what the name of it, but what he's called is a vocal arranger. You know what I mean? Like the way that he can arrange the vocals around his production. Genius.
Indeed.
Just genius. Yeah.
Indeed.
So I'm so happy for that experience that I worked with Herb, and this is all the artists that I met through him as well. Manny Deanda from Pretty Ricky. We have a track together as well. Yeah.
Nice.
So yes, big up Herb Middleton.
That's right. That's right. So let's talk a little bit about music. First of all, I got to tell you that I love the song and the video Bruja.
Thank you. Yes.
Talk a little bit about that. What's that song about? What's that song about?
Well, it's Bruja means witch in Spanish, but a witch, I guess, is not really a title for a specific woman. It's just what you call a powerful woman. It's just one of the names for a powerful woman who knows what she is and knows what's going on around her, knows who she's dealing with, and understands what she's doing. So I wanted to, with this EP, since I produced it, I wanted to lead with a real, just something different that I never did before. So I just wanted to come out again after after I Rise to the Top album, which was extremely soulful and sultry, and there's ballads on there. I wanted to come back with something different. Yeah. And I have some Cuban blood in me. I don't speak any Spanish. I had to learn some Spanish for that song, but that was cool. But yeah, and then the video, can you believe that was shot in the Bronx?
Yeah. Well, they have places like that in the Bronx.
Exactly, right?
I'm from the Bronx, so I know there's
Yeah.
little nooks and crannies out there.
It was the last stop on the 2.
Okay. You
Yeah.
gotta go out there to find that though.
Yeah. But it was so dope because the song, I sent it to the director. He really liked it, and it's good when you have people and you can create your own team, because you need Beyonce. You know, she has these songs, and then there's people who have to create a visual around your song. You know what I mean? And if they like it, then the visual is going to be that much better. So he heard the song, he loved it. What's up, Denerin? How you doing? Thank you for my video. We're working on another video as well. But that song Bruja is really it's kind of like a dance track. Yeah, it's high energy, it's up tempo, and I wanted to come out with something high energy and high tempo for the summertime. Yeah, so yeah, that's my song.
Nice,
yeah.
nice. So marshmallows and machetes. What's that about?
Yeah,
what's that about?
Marshmallows and machetes. Well, the name came from something that I was thinking. I was just thinking about a title, you know, and I had to learn how to produce. You know what I mean? It took me about 2 or 3 years. Like, I started learning in Charlotte with Fruity Loops, and then I just downloaded some other apps and figured out how to make these tracks. And that was hard. And a machete is hard. It cuts, and you gotta, a machete is a hard piece of metal or steel or whatever it is, and you have to cut things with it and chop it up. So that's the machete. And then the marshmallow is my voice, soft voice. You put the marshmallows and the machetes together, voila, magic.
Nice. And by the way, the album art was brilliantly executed. Did you draw that? Did you illustrate that?
I really wanted to have a project that was all encompassed by my art.
Right. So
I drew the cover on my tablet. I made the music myself, and I wrote the music.
Right.
Yeah. And that's another thing of being set apart from other female artists or other female soul singers. There are women, I'm sure, and I have a lot of female friends that are singers, and I'm amazed by their voices. And sometimes I think that, damn, I want to sound like them. Oh my God, they're so, their range and all of this other stuff. But, can they produce? Can they draw pretty pictures? Well, that's what makes me different from them. Not saying that I'm better or that they're better, but you have to set yourself apart from the next artist in whatever field you're in, really.
Indeed. You got to tap into your art in any medium, and obviously that helps differentiate you. Speaking of that, you have a brand new book. You're a newly published author.
I am. I'm a newly published author. I wrote a book called The Life of a Black Cartoon, and it's pretty much like a picture book for adults. So it's all these pictures that I drew, and then there are entries in lyric form that relate to the picture that I drew. It's just I'll say maybe 17 and up. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so that was something else that I've been wanting to do for like my whole life, was write a book. And I feel like, if God gives you gifts and you don't use them, then why do you have them? You know what I mean? We're in crazy times in this country. You know what I mean? I feel like everybody right now should just be living their highest life. You know what I mean?
Indeed.
And living their destiny, and whatever is on your heart to do, travel, write a book, draw, act, sing, whatever, just do that now. Do it now while it's on your heart. You know what I mean? So that's what writing the book was about. My heart is still in music, but I definitely will be working on more books and things like that. But yeah, I'm excited about that. It's on Amazon. It just came out last week, so get it. It's $5.99.
Awesome. Can't beat that.
Yeah, no, you can't. Yeah.
So let me tell you something, Ida. I honestly think that I could speak to you for hours. However, in
Yeah,
the space that we're in now with so little lack of attention. I want to save that for a part two, if that's cool with you.
that's absolutely fine.
Awesome, awesome. So I want to thank you so much for taking time to do the interview.